Good morning and welcome to the Order of Monday Morning. Hope you had a good weekend, or at least hope you survived the weekend. uh, Look, I'm in a sweatshirt here. It's chilly. It's for this time of year. It's very chilly in Sacramento. It's almost we'd taken the heavy blankets off of the bed and everything else, and we woke up just pretty damn chilly. Anyway, I had a walk to the coffee shop this morning, and join me. And on the way back, something struck me, and it's the subject of today's talk. Today's talk I've officially titled "You Are the Savior of the World." Okay, get used to it. Yesterday, I was talking about the Wheel of Fortune card. Okay, and on the Tree of Life that is on the right-hand pillar there, the pillar of mildness, and it joins number 4 to number 7. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about this one. Not so much the Hanged Man, but what the Hanged Man, one of the meanings, one of the significance of the Hanged Man, and that's where that Savior of the world thing comes up. Now, when I held this up yesterday, I got a lot of messages saying that people would like to order this, and frankly, a good friend Robert at class delivered this because it's from here. I'm going to actually show you this so you can take a screen capture. I don't know any of the ordering instructions or links or anything, but it's privately produced by Blazing Star Oasis of Ordo Templi Orientis. That's in the Bay Area, sort of up my way. And their email is blazingstar, one word, -oto.org. And if they market these and send them out, at least you can write that number and see how you can get one, because it really, not only that, but the back is full of all those correspondences, and it's just, if you're going to get lost on a desert island and you sort of want to just one thing that more or less would kind of replace about 80% of your hermetic library. If you had a big pocket, this would be what you should put in your pocket. Okay, you often hear me say that you have to be the observer of your own life. A magician is just like everybody else, except the magician makes a willed effort to be the conscious observer of their own existence. That being said, I give examples. When I was a kid, I'd be walking to school in the snow, and I would, in my head, I could replay the popular songs of the day. I was sort of hooked on the radio, and I could play this song. And that was before transistor radios were readily available or anything. So I had to play. I remember one walking to school melody that I kept playing, and I could play the whole orchestration. I could hear it in my mind just as I hear it on the radio. The Pink Panther theme I'd be walking to school and trudging in the snow, and I'd go dee 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 dee, and I'd make my life a movie. That's how bored you get in Nebraska, but that might be a good thing. But in a sense, that's exactly what you are. A few weeks ago, um, I was quoting from Crowley's The Wake World, when the fairy tale princess in the tale was talking about uh, the savior of the world. She was talking about the path that had the devil card in it, and the they're having a big banquet with the devil and or the goat, and they're eating all sorts of hideous things and such. And her fairy prince, her holy guardian angel, says, "Hush, don't tell anybody, but that's Jesus Christ, and he's the savior of the world." And the sitting next to them was another little princess and her fairy prince. And her fairy prince is whispering in her ear and says, "Hey, don't tell anybody, but that's Satan, and he's the savior of the world." And then later on, once they get it way up above the abyss and everything else, where all these opposites are reconciled and such, uh, she says a line, I'm sure I'm misquoting it, something like, and to be the savior of the world, which is what one wants to be after all. And for years, I let that sort of slide past me. You know, oh, that's cute. No, that's what one wants to be after all. The savior of the world. And it hit me today that you are the savior of the world. And you better get used to it. Now what are you going to do? Okay. And I came home and I started to write down a few notes. I started to write in cursive. Okay. For the last 60 some years, I've been printing. And just in the last month or so, I've decided, I wonder if I can still write in cursive. And it's pretty sloppy, but you know, it was never any better than that. Here's what I wrote. You are the savior of the world. But I don't want to be savior of the world. Ah, that's exactly what all the saviors of the world say. This proves you're the savior of the world. Look, the world is ipso facto the world. It's the world by virtues of the conditions of existence. The world is ipso facto the world by virtue of the conditions of its existence. Your existence contributes and alters the conditions of everything. Nothing would be exactly like it is without you. Certainly not from your point of view. You are ipso facto, the ongoing Savior of the world. Get used to it. What are you going to do with that responsibility? I often say, a magician has to make up their own private mythology. You have to. You just have to. Okay. You are so incredibly special, and as long as you're shirking your special responsibility as the savior of the world, perhaps you're not fully functioning in your capacity as the savior of the world. Now, you don't have to go out and preach or do anything else. Your existence is the ongoing manifestation of your Savior of the worldhood. So, start making up your own mythology. For Christians, they're very familiar, especially at Christmas time, that celebrates the birth of Jesus. They're used to hearing this magical story. In the days of Caesar Augustus, word went forth throughout all of Judea, Israel and Judea, that all the world should be taxed. And da 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 da. And Mary and Jesus went forth to the house of David, it actually was a census, but in that classic sort of Shakespearean lilt that but when they got there was no room in the inn. So, and Mary was great with child, and they had to, and they had to go to a barn or stable, and the child was laid in a manger, for there was no bed. And okay, and all of these little details became mythologized. Some would say the myth came first, and they fixed the objective facts later. Doesn't matter. Okay. They were creating the myth, the genesis, the birth of the Savior of the world. Now, I could make up a story that in 1948, as the summer solstice, and the year, the days started to shorten, and around July 11th, and the Father Clifford, or the Father Duke, was what they called him, and the Mother Lucinda. Mother Lucinda, who's great with child, look forward to the birth of their and Clifford, and Duke tooketh off work for 2 weeks to attend to the birth of little Lonnie, but she, not having brought forth in the fortnight he had from resting from his labor, he went back to work in the oil fields, drilling into the center of the earth for the Father. So Lucinda was alone in with only her other son, Mark, to care for her, when Suddenly her water broke forth in a flood all over the kitchen floor late at night. And she wrappeth a beach towel around her loins, and calleth a cab to taketh her to the hospital. And lo, she had to waddle into the hospital, dragging a soaking wet beach towel filled with the amniotic fluid. Where is it? The hangman? The amniotic fluid trailed her like a giant Tyrannosaurus Rex tail, leaving a slug-like slime mark in the hospital floor. Then at 12:43, Lon was brought forth into the world and changed everything. You got one of those stories too, because you are the savior of the world. Make the best of it while you can. Until tomorrow, remember, no Monday night magic class tonight. We're packing up for Noticon. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow for Parking Lot Tuesday. And believe me, there'll be a Parking Lot Tuesday tomorrow. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law. Love under well.